This is your Week 9 NFL Fantasy Football preview. For Week 9, I have 7 quarterbacks that you should think about picking up or playing, depending on what your need is. First and foremost is RG3. RG3 has been announced as a starter. If he can learn how to slide and stay healthy, he should be a viable pickup, especially if you're hurting a quarterback. Next is Teddy Bridgewater. Teddy Bridgewater has been back for 3 weeks now. First 2 weeks he looked real rough. Threw like 3 and 2 picks, I believe. This week he threw a touchdown, no picks. I think he's going to progressively play better football as the season progresses. Jay Cutler. This actually doesn't make any sense to you probably, but because he got killed by the Patriots, but he puts up good numbers fantasy-wise, and they're a bad team, so he's going to be throwing a lot, so it makes sense to play him. Next is Kyle Orton. I don't like Kyle Orton, but when you throw 4 touchdowns and no picks, I have to talk about you. Moving on, Michael Vick. Michael Vick is only a good pickup because he's starting this week and he rushes for a decent amount of yards. Carson Palmer, I believe he threw 2 touchdowns, no picks. Pretty solid game by him. And last but not least, Drew Brees. Drew Brees has had a very shaky start to the season. He threw 3 touchdowns, no picks. Looked very good at home. And so I look for him to have a good season the rest of the season. Moving on to running backs. First and foremost, Rainey from Tampa Bay. They just said that Doug Martin's out. He's in a walking boot. So Rainey will be the starter, and he's playing against Cleveland. Unfortunately for me, Cleveland's run defense sucks. So Rainey should have a good game. Ronnie Hillman from the Broncos had another good game. He will continue to do that against the Patriots. They don't have a very good defense, in my opinion. Riddick from the Lions. As long as Reggie Bush is out, Riddick is a very good play, especially in a PPR league. And last but not least, Mark Ingram. He had a very good game for the Saints. I would have predicted that. I was going to put him in FanDuel, but I forgot about it. He had like 174 yards or something. A very nice game. Moving on to receivers, it's the biggest group. First is Keenan Allen. He is a legit number 1, and he had a nice game for Phillip Rivers. Hawkins for the Browns. He is a sneaky, under-the-radar receiver for the Browns. He has great hands, good breakaway speed, and so he's good to go, at least while Gordon's out. Next is Hopkins. He had equal targets than Andre Johnson, so it looks like he's getting enough of the pie that you can look at him as a starter. Hunter from Tennessee. I was impressed. I think he scored. He had enough targets to be considered. Sanu from the Bengals. He's been very good while A.J. Green was out. A.J. Green, I think, is questionable this week, so if A.J. Green plays, obviously Sanu's value goes down, but if he doesn't play, Sanu's the number. I mean, he should start on your team. LaFell from the Patriots. For some reason, they benched Edelman. I didn't watch the game. So since Edelman was benched, LaFell had a huge game. Will that happen against Denver? I don't know. I don't know what's going on in Cleveland. But if that does happen, LaFell is more than capable of being a good target for Brady. Next is John Brown from the Cardinals. He had the game-winning touchdown, basically. Michael Floyd. I don't know what happened to him. I don't know if he's injured or what. But if he's out, John Brown is a good number 2 to Fitzgerald. Moncrief from the Colts. Here's the catch: if Wayne is out, which he is questionable right now, Moncrief is a good play. If Wayne plays, Moncrief is not, but he's a good player. And last but not least, Cooks. This killed me. I went 1-4 in fantasy this week. Bad week for me. I'm almost out of it in 1 league, so I really need to win starting now. But that league I lost because I benched Brees and Cooks, and Cooks had a really nice game for them. Moving on, there's only 1 tight end, Antonio Gates. This guy is old reliable, man. He's 30-some years old, and he just catches everything, and I think he just broke a record or passed some kind of mark, so he's definitely a Hall of Famer. 4 defenses this week: Cleveland, if you're a risk taker, Kansas City, Cincinnati, and Seattle, in my opinion. And for IDPs, if you have IDPs, Eric Weddle, the safety Griffin, Barr, Cyprian, Harris, and Vaccaro. Wish you all good luck. Hit me up. I'll see you next week. Peace.